Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Senior Strong Strength and Balance class. I'm Kay Crabb, physical therapist, and this is Lisa Finley, our occupational therapist. And today we'll be bringing you the strength and balance class. Today will be our last class live. We're hoping in late summer or early fall that we can actually provide the class here at the hospital. But with COVID-19, we're not quite sure of that, but we'll definitely bring that here if we can. Otherwise, we're going to save this post for today so that's something you can refer to and continue to do it on your own. And as always, be safe. Make sure that you're close to your kitchen counter or your chair so you don't lose your balance when doing your exercises. So again, this is our last live class, but we're hoping to offer it here at the sweatshop at the hospital, either late fall or late summer, early fall, and we'll keep you posted via Facebook, or if you have any questions, you can call the rehab department here at the hospital. So, again, welcome. The class will take about 30 minutes. The equipment that you'll need is a sturdy chair, preferably with armrests. You want to make sure that the chair doesn't move. If it slides, you want to make sure you push it up against a wall or a kitchen counter so it doesn't move on you. Also, we do strengthening of our arms. With either a TheraBand, like I have, with handles, or Lisa has some handheld weights. Also, if you have a water bottle, you can use that too, or a can of soup. So if you want to get those things to have ready for the class. And again, with all exercises, stop if it causes any pain. You can do a few, and maybe if you're getting tired, then you just sit and rest. So go at your own pace. Make sure you challenge yourself. That's how we get stronger and improve our balance. So with that, we'll get started. We'll start with our midline chops. Okay, your hands can be together. They can be apart, or you can have your hand on a chair. And you're going to do a little bit of a squat as you reach up toward the ceiling. Okay. Good. And if you have any shoulder problems, remember, don't bring those shoulders arms just to shoulder height, or stay below shoulder height. If you can, take it up as far as you can. Look up at the ceiling if you can with your head, but if that causes dizziness, don't do it. Okay? So you should be bending your knees as if you're going to sit your bottom in a chair. Okay? If you have knee pain, don't go that deep. Just do a little bit of bend. Good. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do our diagonal chops. So we'll start on our right knee, and we're going to up towards our left shoulder in a diagonal pattern. Same thing, a little bit of a squat, and then reach up toward the ceiling. Good. And your hands can be apart, or your hand can be on the chair, and modify it that way. Okay. Look up at your hand with your eyes, so you're turning your head too, if you can. But again, if it causes you dizziness, don't do it. We're working our trunk muscles, leg muscles, neck, shoulders. Good. Good. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. Okay, hands at your left knee towards your right shoulder. A little bit of a squat as you're lifting up. And again, if that bothers your shoulders, you just come to shoulder height. Do what you can do. Okay? And if you can, have your eyes follow your hands. Take a break if you need to. What are we on, Lisa? 10. Oh, good. That's my counter. I rely on Lisa to count for me. Okay? Yeah, I did. Lisa. Yeah. No, I was just telling Lisa Finley's our occupational therapist here at the hospital. So, okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do marching in place. Okay? You can do low knees. You can do high knees. Knee to opposite hand. Or to elbow. And again, you can have your chair for balance. Hand on your chair to do low knees or high knees. Or you can even have your hand here and do your alternating hand knee. Okay? All right. Okay, I'll get in front here. Okay, now we're going to do your side stepping with heel or butt kicks. Okay. Step to the side so it looks like this. Heel to bottom. Or you can just stand in one place and do it. Or have your hand on the chair as you do it. Okay? Okay, so side step as you kick your bottom. Good. Okay, now we're going to do our lunging. So you'll need room in front of you. We're going to do alternating forward lunges. Okay? So you'll have your chair here for balance. Get my water out of here. Okay. So you're going to be alternating right foot and squeeze with your shoulder blades, left foot, squeeze, okay? This is kind of advanced, or modify, you can have one hand on the chair, okay? Squeeze shoulder blades. Right foot, squeeze, left foot, squeeze, or both hands. Or if that's too challenging for your balance, just shorten your step a little bit. Okay, so we're working our leg muscles and we're challenging our balance and working our shoulder blades. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do our single leg. We're going to have you step forward with your right foot, turn with your left arm, and come across your body. Okay? So your toes stay straight ahead, and then you're just going to turn to the right. Okay? Hand on the chair. Turn to the right, okay? And you want to keep your toes straight ahead and your knee doesn't go over your toe. Keep it behind, okay? So right foot, turn right. Right foot, turn right. More advanced, hands together, turn right. That really challenges your balance. Okay, but you want to be safe, so keep your hand on the chair if you need it. Good. Good. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to move my chair, but you can just move to the other side of your chair. Okay? So, I'm going to keep my water up. Okay, left hand on the chair. Step left, turn left. Okay? A little bit of bend in your knee. Turn left. Okay? Step left, turn left. Advanced is two hands. Okay, we're working our balance, our core muscles, and our leg muscles all at the same time. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Good. Make sure you're rotating your trunk and not just, some people just bring their hand across. Try to see if you can rotate your trunk. Ooh, okay. Good. Thank you, Lisa. She's always good for counting. Okay, back to marching in place. Low knees, high knees. The higher they go, the harder it is, or knee to hand. Good. We got the fan going in here, don't we, Lisa?
Yeah,
it feels good. Good. That's why they call it the sweat shop, right, Lisa? Okay, or more advanced is, knee to that elbow. That really works your abdominals. Good. Okay, now we're going to do our butt kicks with our side stepping. Okay. And again, as always with anything, stop if it causes pain, sit and take a break if you need to, and jump back in when you feel like you can. Or you can always have your hand on the chair or kitchen counter, somewhere where you're safe. Okay. Good. Okay, that's okay. Now we're going to do our calf raises. So you'll get your chair, just to work your calf muscles. So you go up on your toes and back down. Okay, keep those knees straight. Don't let them bend, okay? Keep them nice and straight, up on the balls of your feet. 9. I think I'm actually counting this time. It's 10. Okay. Now we're going to stretch those calf muscles. So the right heel comes back, toe is straight ahead, your right knee stays straight, your left knee will bend towards the chair, and you feel a stretch on your right calf. Okay? Do about a 10-second hold. Longer is better if you can, but for For this class, we'll do 10 seconds. And as PTs, we don't count very well, so you might want to count by yourself. Okay, take a break. And one more time. Good. Okay, switch sides. Your left foot is back. Your heel stays on the ground. Your left knee is straight, and you bend your right knee and lean towards the chair, feeling a stretch on your calf muscle. If your heel's coming off the ground, then move that left foot forward a little bit more. Okay, and take a break. And then one more. Is everybody excited they can get their hair cut now? I just saw Governor Reynolds said that. I'm sure there's a lot of happy people, myself included. Good, nice. Okay, now before we sit down and do our hip stretching, we're going to do a combination of a diagonal chops, but with a leg lift out to the side, okay? But you can have your hand on the chair for balance, okay? Or if you want to sit this one out and rest, that's fine, okay? Or do a couple and sit and rest, okay? So it looks like this, hands at the right knee, up towards the left shoulder, and as you do that, you're going to tap that right foot out to the side, tap to the side, or more challenging, is lifting that foot off the ground, okay? So we're working the left leg. That left leg and hip has to hold you up. Working the right hip as it moves out to the side. Again, or it looks like this. Hand on the chair. Or just a tap. Okay? Tap. Okay? This is the more advanced. Okay? And you should really feel that in your left and your right buttock. Probably more on your left, because it's having to do a lot of work. Good. Okay, now we'll switch sides. Okay, hands at your left knee up towards your right shoulder. Okay, and tap that foot out to the side, or you can lift it off the ground. Okay. You can always have your hand on the chair, that's fine. Or you can always just tap that foot out to the side. Do a couple to challenge yourself, but in a safe manner. Good. Good, 10. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do our stretching of our piriformis or gluteal muscles, so we'll sit for this one. Lisa's not going to do it because she's had a hip replacement, so it's best that she doesn't do this exercise, so she's going to sit and rest. Okay, so you bring your right ankle on your left knee, sit up nice and tall, and even when you sit up nice and tall and your back is straight, you'll feel a stretch in that right buttock. If you need more of a stretch, you bring your chest towards your knee. Staying up and tall, though. Really feel a stretch in that buttock muscle. Okay, and then rest. Okay, and then one more. Good. And remember, if it's painful, don't do it. If you feel like you're stretching a tight muscle, that is okay. Okay? Left ankle on right knee, up and tall, leaning towards that left knee. Okay, and then take a break. And one more time. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do our sit to stand exercises. So you can remember the progression there, or you can use two hands, or just one hand, or no hands, okay? Or maybe it's a combination. Maybe you start out with two hands and then challenge yourself and go to one. That's fine. Or if you have any knee pain at all, just go ahead and sit this one out and just take a rest, okay? So we'll start sit to stands, two hands. Make sure that your feet are hip width apart, okay? And that your knees stay apart, okay? Okay, you don't want to bring your knees together and stand up, or bring your knees together and stand down, or sit down, excuse me, okay? Good. Okay, or maybe do one hand. Or no hands. One more. 10. Good. Relax. And with this next one, we're going to work on strengthening one leg over the other a little bit. Again, if you have any knee pain, just sit this one out. It's okay. All right?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Okay, Lisa's going to sit this one out. So you can join her if you have any knee pain or if that exercise alone is challenging for you. So go ahead. It's okay. So the left foot's going to be back. The right heel's going to be forward. We're going to work on strengthening this left leg a little bit more. We're going to give it some more attention. Okay? So I would advise you 2 hands to come to sit to stand. Okay? Your right heel's down for balance, and you're working your left leg a little bit more than your right leg. Okay? And again, if it's too hard, just sit and rest. Same thing applies for this one, that you want to make sure that your knee doesn't go in as you come up or come down, okay? I hope Lisa's counting. Oh, Lisa. Okay, one more, as we always say. One more. Good, and sit and rest. Okay, now we're going to switch to the right side. So the right foot will be back. Your left heel will be forward. The further it is away from you, your left heel, the more that your right leg is going to have to work, okay? So that would be the advance, is having it clear out ahead of you. I recommend bringing it, back just to start, okay? You can always, people that came to my class, I can always make things harder. So we can always do that. And that's good. That's how you get stronger, okay? Or you can use one hand. So you should be feeling most of the work in your right leg. Okay. Again, if it's painful, stop. Maybe do 1 or 2 and then rest. Ooh, one more. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our arm exercises. So Lisa has her handheld weights. I have my band, or you can use your water bottle. Lisa likes to use that sometimes because she says her hand fits better around a water bottle than it does a can. It's just easier, right, Lisa?
Especially for home care patients.
Yeah, especially for when you're at home or home care patients, we like to do that. So you don't need to go out and buy big weights or anything like that. And you can do it without any weights, okay? So the first one we're going to do is called a row, okay? And it looks like this, squeezing shoulder blades, kind of when we did our shoulder blade squeezes with our lunging today, okay? So we'll do 2 sets of 10. Okay, you don't want to shrug. That's not what we want to do. Shoulder blades, as we say, we put them in your back pocket. Squeeze. And your elbows are just kind of long for the ride. Okay. Good. Rest. Thank you, Lisa. Good. Okay. Good. Rest. Okay. 10 more. And again, you don't have to use weights. You don't have to use a band. You can just still do the motion. Good. Okay, great. Rest a little bit. So you should feel a little burn in your muscles. That's okay. That means you're working them and you're making them stronger. If it's painful, don't do it. You'll probably get sick of me saying that, but I don't want you to have any pain, okay? Now we're going to do our bicep curls, and they look like this. Okay? So all the motion takes place at your elbows. Lisa's using her handheld weights. I'm using the band. You don't have to use band. And rest. Thank you, Lisa. Good. I'm sweating now, Lisa.
I know.
I know, it is. Okay, 10 more. Wouldn't be a good hair day, would it? No, it's not a good hair day anyway.
9.
And 10. Good. Okay, now we're going to do some punches, or it's almost like you're pushing open a door, okay? You can put the band behind your chair as long as you don't strain your shoulders, or you can just stand up and put it on your chair and then reach and get it, okay? Sit to the front half of your chair, and you're going to push forward, okay? So, push forward, okay? Remember, don't shrug, just push forward. And again, take a break if you need to. 10, good, rest. Okay, 10 more. Or you can always do 2 sets of 5 too. You don't have to do 2 sets of 10. Do what you can do. As they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. I really feel that way as I get older. So, good, okay, good, excellent. Now we're going to do our wall push-ups. We'll do 2 sets of 10, or you can do 2 sets of 3 or 2 sets of 5, as long as you're challenging yourself to fatigue those muscles. Lisa's going to show you the wall, one on the wall, and then I'll show you the one that's a progression or a little more advanced. So, okay. Lisa likes to use her fists instead of her wrists because it's a little easier, not so much strain on her wrists. And you're keeping your hands at shoulder height or below, and you're not going really deep because we don't want to stress the front of your shoulders. I hope you're counting, Lisa. You're going to have to count.
10.
Good. Okay. Now I will show you something that's a little more advanced, and you would do this at your kitchen island or your kitchen counter, something that doesn't move. Okay. Same thing, but you're doing it against the kitchen counter, so you're having to work a little harder. Okay. So your feet and your back and your legs stay straight as you bend your elbows as you go towards the mat. Okay. Don't go real deep. Okay. Don't have your bottom up, okay? So everything is nice and straight. And again, if you can only do 3, that's all you can do. Oh, good, Lisa. 1 more. 10. Good. Okay. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on our balance exercises. Same thing at the kitchen counter, kitchen island, where it's stable, that you can have your hand for balance. Okay, so we'll just first start on just doing single leg standing. Stand on 1 foot. Okay, and you can do this at your kitchen sink too throughout the day. Okay, so you don't want your left leg to hold or hug your right knee, as I say. Okay, so maybe you put your hand down, then your fingertip, and then see if you can just have your hand hover over the counter. Okay, anything to do to challenge your balance. Your foot's going to wiggle and wobble. Okay, and the important thing is that when you start to lose your balance, you get that foot out there and catch yourself. Okay, all right, and you'll fatigue or get tired really fast, so you can switch to the other foot. I'll switch to the left foot. Good. Okay, same thing. Okay, and the important thing is that when you lose your balance, you step your foot out. I don't want you to be losing your balance and fall over. So the best thing is the reaction time, or the reaction to loss of balance is the important thing, getting that foot down. Okay, so what we did is a little more advanced. You can do this too at home, is standing on your left leg, and you can bring your right foot forward. That challenges it. You know, obviously to challenge it, you would take your leg out further, but I can't even do that. So even just a little kick. Okay, good. All right, and then let's do the left leg. Okay, so you're going to stand on your right leg. Your left leg's going to come forward a little bit and back. Keep it off the ground. So not necessarily just a knee bend, but the motion coming from your hip. Okay, keep that knee locked, Lisa, if you can.
I'll keep the knee locked.
Yep, keep it locked and just see. There you go. And that right hip will really be working. Good. Okay, so you'll get tired fast. That's okay. Okay, now we'll do it out to the side. Okay, standing on your right leg, take that left foot and take it out to the side. Okay, looks like this. You can have your hands for balance if you need it. Okay, or maybe you just tap your foot. You can do that too. Just tap your foot. Okay, good. Okay, now we'll switch and do the other side. Your left leg's the stance leg, or standing on the left leg. You take your right leg out to the side, or maybe you just tap. You can do that too. This is the counter. Okay, or your chair. Okay, all right. Now we'll do standing on left leg, and then we're going to kick back with the right leg. Same thing, but kicking backwards. Good. Yep, knee straight with all these. Good question, Lisa. Or you just tap that foot back. Tap. Good. Tap. Tap. Okay?
That's a little bit harder.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And that really works your hip muscles too, on both sides. Okay? All right, so standing on right leg, left leg goes back, and sit. People have a tendency to do this with their trunk, okay? Don't do that. Up and tall, and lift that leg back, or tap, okay? Hands on the counter or chair for balance if you want to, okay? Good. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the heel to toe walking, forward and backwards. Lisa's going to do it modified since she's had a hip replacement. So she's just going to have that heel right beside her toe versus heel to toe. Okay. Have your hand on the counter for balance because you want to be safe while you do all these things. You want to challenge your balance but be safe. Okay. Okay. Yeah. One more. Walk the plank, right? Okay, good. Okay, now what we're going to do is, Lisa will modify this one as well, but we're going to do, we call it tandem stance, or one foot in front of the other, okay? Get by your counter. Lisa's going to modify her foot position, okay, so it's side. And what you're going to do, and this one's hard for me too, is you're going to look down at the ground and then look up at the ceiling. That's challenging, isn't it? And remember, what's the important thing is that you step out when you lose your balance, okay? Okay? It's hard. And turn. Now let's try turning. Turn right and left. Turn your head right and left. That was a little easier for me, but it's still challenging. Good. Okay, we'll switch. Okay, you can tire really easy with these. So I'll put my left foot in front. Lisa will put hers beside. I got to get my balance first. Look at me. Okay. Head up and head down. You don't have to do a lot of these. Maybe you do 2 or 3, enough to challenge yourself a little bit. Good. Okay. Now, head right and left. Right and left. Left. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the braiding exercise. Lisa's not going to do this since she had a hip replacement. And you'll be by your kitchen counter or island. And this is our crossover steps. So your left foot's going to cross over the right, and then it's going to come behind, and then it's going to cross over the front, okay? Little curtsy. Good. The right foot will come over the top, back behind like a little curtsy, over the top, back behind, okay? And another alternative to do that is if it's too hard, just bring your left foot across. Just bring it across the front every time, okay? You can do that too. So I want you to be safe and don't get your feet tangled up, okay? Back, right foot over left. Oh, huh. Good. Okay, so we're ready for our line dancing class, right? Lisa's going to teach that. No, just tease it. Yay. Anyway, so again, thank you for joining us with this Facebook Live Senior Strong Strength and Balance class. And thanks to Lisa Finley, our occupational therapist, for being there for moral support and demonstrating and counting, most of all, counting to 10. I appreciate that. And thanks to Jennifer Snyder. She's been really great at helping us go Facebook Live, so we appreciate all that she's done for us too. So hopefully at the late summer, early fall, we'll be able to provide this here at the sweatshop at Stewart Memorial Hospital, and you can join us then. Look for things on Facebook as to when we will be doing that, and or if you have any questions, feel free to call the rehab department. So enjoyed everybody. I can't wait to see you in person. I miss that, so I miss all of you, and hope others will join us when we can offer it here. So thank you again. Stay well and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.